Oh, great question.
I like
Masterclass and Bitdefender.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Okay, watch me. Business.
I'll make sure I have that right.
Yeah, all
Masterclass,
right.
Bitdefender. Yes, sir.
Here we go. I'm going to quote. I'm going to thank them. Thanks to Masterclass at Masterclass.
You know, my son, well, within the last couple of years, kind of moved to the other side of the state.
Yeah.
And it meant that he had to stop going to the hairdresser that was local here because, you know, he's like, oh, I guess I got to find one over there. And he didn't. He just bought some, like a hair cutting kit. And
really?
Looked online for a couple of instructions.
Is that right?
And then he just cuts his own hair. And it was like,
that's cool.
Okay,
how
wait
did
a
it
minute.
look?
He does. Oh, he's been doing it for months. He does a great job. He barely even uses a mirror anymore. He just kind of knows. And so I don't know.
Is it
maybe
like a Flowbee?
Nope. He's got scissors. He's got clips.
No way.
Yes.
I got to learn it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
that's what I said. I was like, I need to learn how to do this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have to yet. And so I've had him for the last 6-8 months. He cuts my hair.
Wow.
He does a great job. Yep.
Is it a special tool or anything, or just
no? It's
scissors
the
and
exact same tools your barber would use.
What?
Yep.
That's
so
crazy. I don't mind going. Hey, if you just joined us for the live stream, thank you.
I don't mind going either.
This is not a barber show, but we're talking about getting our haircuts.
No.
I like now I go, it's like $40, right? For me to go. Because I go to the barber shop and I hang out and talk with these guys, which I like, these young guys, because they own it. And but I would like to go more often. But I'm always like, you know,
it's $40.
But I could go like weekly. But if I could cut my hair myself, it would be pretty interesting.
It's good. Yeah. No, he and he's been cutting my wife's hair too.
What?
Simultaneously with all this, the person that cut her hair closed her shop. I don't know what the reason was. So it was like, well, now we all have. It was like I did find somebody new locally. I mean, but it was like, you know, he's not quite getting it right. And like, Lucas, can you just cut my hair? He's like, sure. And so now, you know, I mean, it took.
So that's a
he cut my hair.
Okay.
He cut my hair yesterday for I don't know, 15 minutes. Yeah, it takes 15 minutes. It's nothing.
I think I need the dye job though. I think that would be.
Well, that's you know my. I don't want to out anyone, so I will just say a member of my family, not necessarily my close family, like my not my nuclear family necessarily.
Yes.
But said to me years and years ago, "Oh, I'm just correcting a flaw with nature."
Oh, I like that. That's good. Yeah.
So we've used that phrase in our family for a very long time. Oh, just correcting a flaw with nature.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. That's cool.
But Lucas does a great job with my. I was just looking at because he cut it yesterday, and I was like, this looks pretty good. Like, all right, it's great.
Good too. Yeah.
Yep. And it's so nice because mine will get like, you know, it gets like thick in the back and it gets heavy, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And it's like, shoot, now I got to remember to schedule a time and go to the thing.
It's a time thing, right? Yeah.
Now it's like, hey man, you got 10 minutes this weekend? He's like, sure.
That's
okay,
perfect.
Cool. Thanks.
I saw some note about new layouts here in the. Did they add new layouts in the thing? That's kind of cool. Just different. I guess it doesn't look like there's any new ones.
I'm trying to think. I think you can create new layouts.
Oh, I see. I got
But I don't see any new ones
that are like populated. Okay.
That are populated,
Yeah, I see. That's no big deal. Yeah. Hey, if you're just joining the live stream, we're going to record 2 episodes of the Business Brain podcast. This will be episode 684 and 685. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. 684 comes out on Wednesday the 17th.
That's correct.
685, which is our Friday episode, all about AI. And we have some interesting things. If you're a sports fan, you should hang out to watch the Friday episode.
Yes.
We're going to talk about teaching AI to want to win. That episode will come out on the 19th, and that's 685. This is our 11th year of recording this show, which puts us, I think, in the top, what?
It's got to be the top 1%.
It's got to be top 1% of longevity for shows. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it's true. Awesome. I can't. I mean, it's weird for me because if you were to just ask like my gut feeling on it, it'd be like, oh no, everybody's been podcasting that long. And it's only because I know the people that have been podcasting that long,
Yeah.
But
that's right.
But most people have not been podcasting that long. It's true. Yeah.
That's true. Sure. Dating yourself. That's a good thing.
I'm dating myself. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
we lost we lost a really pivotal member of the podcast community this past week. Todd Cochran, who had been podcasting longer than me, started a company called Blueberry. His company made the plugin for PowerPress.
Of course.
Yeah. And I mean, he, to his credit, built up a fantastic company there, and they have everything they need to keep going strong and all of that, which is good. But he passed completely unexpectedly while traveling a week ago today. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. He was a good friend. It really hit like a shock when I found out. It was like I saw it come through, and I'm like, well, no. Yeah, like, I mean, I saw him 3 weeks ago. He was like, it wasn't like he was sick or anything. It was
that's terrible.
So it sucks. Yep.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It is. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Sweet. Let's. Looks like all my systems are working.
Everything's ready to go. Good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Business Brain, episode 684 for Wednesday, September 17th, National Monte Cristo Day, 2025. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take some ideas, we crunch them, we use them, we dissect them, we embody them so that we can each keep on living our charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include masterclass.com/businessbrain, where you can go to get an additional 15% off any annual membership. So cool. And bitdefender.com/brain, where you can save 30% on Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. We'll talk more about both of those and why you're going to want to check them out in a little bit. For now, here, hungry for a Monte Cristo in Durham, New Hampshire. I'm Dave Hamilton.
I don't think I've ever had a Monte Cristo, but I'm still Shannon G, and I'm out here in Northern California. I've seen them, but I haven't. Really? This is it's like a deep fried sandwich, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had one.
No kidding.
I don't think so.
Oh, they're delicious. It's it's like
good. Is there ham in there and cheese?
Ham and cheese, yeah.
And
at least that's the version I've had.
Yeah, and then I think you're right.
It's kind of like a grilled ham and cheese, but fried, deep fried. Yeah.
Anything deep fried is okay in my book.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. It looks like a gut bomb to me now. So everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. You got to be prepared for it. And we're going to talk
about
the
seasons are changing.
Seasons are.
I'm excited about the season change. I mean, I live in New England, so fall is like my favorite season. It feels good. It smells good, and then eventually, we're not there yet, but eventually it'll look beautiful with the leaves changing and all that stuff. But even and I know technically we're not at the equinox yet, fall equinox.
Yeah, when is that?
Autumnal equinox I think it's the 22nd is when the equinox is this year, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. But Monday the 22nd, I'm pretty sure. But it's just the smell in the air and the feel of things. The temperature cools off more at night now. It's drier. It's just, I don't know. I get more energized in the fall. And then having kids in school, I learned to look to eventually. It wasn't like all summer I was looking forward to the fall, but starting about mid-August, I would get super antsy about I have been screwing off all summer, relatively speaking, doing fun things
the kids.
You're taking vacations, doing all the things. There's stuff to do outside, you're all that stuff. And starting about mid-August, I'd be like, all right, so when is this going to end? Because I need to get some stuff done. And this summer especially, we had a lot of sort of back-to-back travel. And then I also sort of at the same time as that and spreading before and after it, I had Lyme disease for like 6 weeks. So my productivity this summer was in the toilet. Like most summers, it's lower. This summer was a disaster, in a sense. I mean, I survived it. I no longer have any symptoms from Lyme. So like, it's all good. Yeah. But like, I've all my travel and stuff
ready
kind
for
of
change.
Yeah.
I love it too. I'm a big fan of changes. After a while, it gets, whether it's, the weather like we're talking about now, but I think that's something you actually, I think it's easier for entrepreneurs to embrace that change. We're just used to it because we adapt.
Yes.
Hopefully, if you're successful, you adapt quicker. But I found that you have to teach the people around you to embrace that change and that nothing will stay the same. And that is, I have done it my whole life to, employees. I would always just kind of drop little comments like, oh, well, what do you want to do after this job? Here within my business, but what would you like to do next? And they look at you like, wait, what do you mean? Am I in trouble?
Crazy.
Am
what did I do?
Yeah. And so you just go, well, eventually you'll be bored of this job. You want to keep learning, but the job may have a ceiling that you would then want to get through to do something else. And you just kind of drop these little hints about it. And even in, like my wife, she runs our vacation rental business, and that business has changed dramatically. And so I'm always saying, oh, you know what? The only thing that, how do I say this? The only constant is change, right?
Changes aren't permanent, but change is.
Yeah. And so the way you do things has to adapt all the time. The things you love about, there were points in my life where I could not imagine, I couldn't visualize it in my head doing something in a different manner. And I had to kind of shock myself out of that because you get stuck and you don't adapt, right? When you have, even with it relates to like people in your organization.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, whatever, Charlie does the shipping every single day. Well, eventually, if you don't have this thing about it's okay for things to change, and Charlie starts not doing the job the right way, it can really hurt you. You can hurt your business because you just like, well, that's just the way it is, and he can only do this many, and sometimes he makes a mistake or sometimes this. So just dropping those little hints about change as you walk around your company, your business, and mentioning it even to your like suppliers and vendors, like, well, this is great now. I'm looking forward to it, but eventually, we did millions of dollars in business repairing iPods.
Yeah, not today.
Not yeah. And
you couldn't do that today, is what I'm saying.
And one day, it went away because Apple, they've been a great example of embracing change where, I know Tim Cook said it. I don't know if Steve said it, but it's like, well, we have to put our own product lines out of business.
Yeah, we have to compete with ourselves. I think that was a Steve Jobs thing. But either way, yes.
Yeah. So they knew that when they came out with the iPhone, there goes all the iPod stuff, and because why would you carry two devices, right? But it hopefully opens up greater opportunities. So just I
think a lot about Apple. Obviously, I do a show about Apple. I had a career running the company that published the website. All that stuff. Yeah, we both did. But it never, until this very moment, when you said, "Why would you want to carry two devices?" And I said, "You're right." I was thinking. I didn't say anything, but my thought was, "You're right." Once we had the iPhone, we'd stop carrying iPods because why would you want to? And then I thought, until Apple told us we needed a second device, which is the watch, right? So you carry two.
And now the ones in your ears, so maybe a third device.
But here's the thing about the Apple Watch. That feels like the evolution of the iPod to me. It never dawned on me that like all that thinking of getting the iPod smaller and smaller.
Interesting.
The iPod Nano with the screen eventually, the shuffle with the screen. Think about, the shuffle with the screen, you put the strap on that thing and it's your watch.
Yeah, it was the same size, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it just never dawned on me. I'm certain someone at Apple is very aware of this because I think that's exactly what happened. Like the things they learned, I'm sure other people that are smarter than me have commented on that, but it just dawned on me. So I figured
that's interesting.
Well, I know, but it's a good example of things are always going to evolve. If you said to somebody someday, "Oh, you're just going to wear the iPod on your wrist and it's going to be," that's
crazy.
I don't want that. Well,
and on that same note, there's been a recent resurgency in the value of iPods because as school districts across the country start to tell kids, hey, you can't bring your phone, or they have to put them in this sleeve or whatever, lock them up so they can't, which I tend to think is a great idea.
You and I could fight about this. I don't think it's a good idea at all.
Well, I think they could have that. I have no problem with them having their phones, but I don't think they should have them in the classroom. It's too distracting.
Mitigating distractions. We're going to talk about that the second half of the show. 100% on board. I think cutting off access to it entirely for the entire day makes it. I think we've gone in the wrong direction.
I see.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There's a better way
but
to
iPods now prices are going way up because kids want to listen to music. And look on eBay if you own some iPods. You never know what you got in your drawer.
I'll have to. Oh, yeah, I do have some iPods in my drawer.
I have a whole bunch.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And when we also want to talk about your time blocking.
Well, I want to
before the show. I'm curious to hear what you're doing with that.
I am eager to tell you about it, so I'm going to do that. But the next thing that we want to do is tell you about our sponsors, starting with Bitdefender, a global leader in cybersecurity. Look, cyber threats aren't just hitting big corporations anymore. Small businesses are prime targets, and most of us, candidly, are underprepared. I used to think we're small, we're under the radar, but all you need is one scam, email, or data breach, and that can wreck your entire business. So you've got to be protected. Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security is designed specifically for small businesses. You can install it in minutes, you can add your team, and you are good to go. You get scam and phishing protection, unlimited VPN, password manager, data breach alerts, all the tools you normally have to piece together separately, now in one easy package. And you even get real-time notifications if something suspicious is flagged, which is, one of those things that gives you peace of mind that you didn't quite know you needed. And the best part, you do not have to be a tech person. You can be, but you don't need to be. Keep your small business safe with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. Save 30% when you go to bitdefender.com/brain. That's bitdefender.com/brain for 30% off. And our thanks to Bitdefender for sponsoring this episode. And look, running a business means you're constantly learning, right? Usually the hard way. And there's value in that, but learning from others is faster and more efficient. That's one of the things we love about Masterclass here. Instead of trial and error, we can go straight to the best in the world and learn how they do it. Take Mark Cuban's class on winning big in business, right? You can pick up some practical advice. I picked up some stuff that I could use the very next day, right? Or Sarah Blakely's class on self-made entrepreneurship, her story about building Spanx from scratch. Gold, pure gold, right? For anybody bootstrapping a company. And if you want motivation, Jocko Willink's critical leadership training will have you charging through your to-do list like it's Navy SEAL boot camp. With plans starting at just $10 a month, billed annually, Masterclass gives you unlimited access to over 200 classes across business, leadership, creativity, and more. Each one is broken into bite-sized lessons. So even if you only have like 10 minutes between meetings, you can still use Masterclass and level up. So if you want to sharpen your skills and keep living that charmed life, join the millions of entrepreneurs already learning on Masterclass. And right now, our listeners get an additional 15% off any annual membership at masterclass.com/businessbrain. That's 15% off at masterclass.com/businessbrain. Masterclass.com/businessbrain, and our thanks to Masterclass for sponsoring this episode. So I want to talk about,
I want to tell you real quick. I just watched the Liquid Death CEO Masterclass with Mike Cesario.
Yeah.
God, it's really, really good, man. Just so, how do you disrupt the water, the water business? And it's just really a phenomenal masterclass
Yeah.
on how to take some boring brand and do all this crazy stuff with it. I really enjoyed it, so I feel compelled to mention that.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. So, that's good. Yeah, there's
cool.
so much good stuff there. Yeah. So awesome. Check it out for sure.
Okay,
masterclass.com/businessbrain.
Yeah, and tell me about your time blocking. What's going on?
Yeah, so obviously I'm aware of the concept of time blocking. We've talked about it on the show before. We've had guests come on over the last decade.
Yeah, we have.
Some of them who've talked about it. And every time I was like, this is not for me. And I was religiously against it because I understand the value, and there is value, in giving myself free time to just kind of go with the flow, if you will. Yeah. I
meander,
like just kind of meander through the day, doing the things that I prioritize. I mean, I have a reminders list of things that I want to make sure I get done, and that's all fine and all great. But in terms of just doing things, it's like, yeah, and I've been successful at that, and I've had a lot of great inspiration that led to success from kind of those letting myself meander a little bit. So
okay.
I'm like, nope, that works. So for other people, I don't need it. Well, I've got enough on my plate these days that I was finding that I was getting behind on things I wanted to do for each of the different businesses that I kind of am involved with and manage and that sort of thing. And so I did an experiment.
Okay.
The first thing that I did was I started blocking 2-hour chunks, not scheduling every minute of every day, right? But blocking 2-hour chunks 3, maybe 4 times a week, primarily for 2 different businesses. And I do this for the podcast, right? I block out time to do this show during this period of time that you and I block out, the hour-ish or whatever, once a week.
Yes.
We get together, we do this. I'm like, wait a minute. I do this for 3 podcasts a week. Why is that the only thing I'm willing to do this for? Clearly it works. I'm able to be productive and yet can do other things. And I thought, okay, so I did. I started blocking out 2 hours, or I'm going to work on Backbeat Media, or 2 hours, I'm going to work on this business. And man, it is so great because, and it's probably a byproduct of my summer where I wound up losing a lot of productivity, especially with Lyme disease, but the travel too. And it was like, no, I need to give myself the freedom to stay focused on this one business, not just get done the things that had to get done and then shift gears and go do things for this other business. It's like, nope, I'm going to give myself 2 hours of Backbeat Media time from 9:30 to 11:30 this morning. And it's fantastic. I can get so much more done. And in that time frame, even though I'm fairly disciplined at staying in the world of Backbeat Media, it's like, well, I can stack up the 3 reminders that I have of things that I need to do for Backbeat. Okay, great. Got those done during this time. And they're not mutually exclusive at all, right? And then it's like, well, I'm still in this mode. Oh, there's other things that I want to get done for this business too that I've been like leaving on the back burner because I've been just worrying about, the kind of the more urgent stuff, if you will, the more timely stuff.
Pop up.
The things that pop up. Yeah. And it's been fantastic. And I don't check my email during that time. I don't check messages. I don't check Slack unless it's time to go through Slack for Backbeat Media or Slack for, the other businesses. And I've been doing it for about 2.5 weeks.
2 hours at a time, is that what you said?
2 hours is what works for me. Yeah.
And then in between those blocks, do you let it, okay, I'm going to just see what happens. I've got a half hour. I have an hour. I'm going to just take things as they come before you hit your next time block? Correct.
Yeah, I try to give myself at least 90 minutes between time blocks. I might want to get some food. I might have other things. But one of the things that I've also done, and I am less successful at this so far, I am failing happily, is I am compartmentalizing my email time-wise. I am giving myself 3 30-minute blocks per day where I can go check my email, and that's it. Because what happened was it got to a point. I know this is, at some level true for many of us. my job was that I was working for whoever sent me an email most recently.
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it.
And it was like, no,
you're totally
I
right.
can't work for that person, whoever you might be. Like, I'm no longer choosing who my priority
I do it all the time.
is.
A Slack
we
thing
all
pops
do.
up. I'm at my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I got to go da-da-da-da-da.
Yes.
And while I think that's sometimes helps
it's necessary.
And it differentiates yourself between people that don't get back in a timely manner.
Yes.
Or don't respond to a Slack message fairly quickly. But I get it. That resonates with me. I'm working for the person that just sent that email.
Yeah, and I had it in my head because it's been true many times, and it will be true again. I had it in my head that I needed to be hyper aware of my email all the time, because if something came in and I didn't get on it right away, a customer was going to be upset or whatever, right? Like, you don't know what you don't know. But what I realized was, again, doing these podcasts for 20 years has taught me that I can go heads down for hours at a time. And you know what? The world survives.
Everything's waiting for you.
Everything's waiting for me when I finish. And then I have a pile of email and I can just go through it very meticulously. And it like, now I'm in that zone and it's great.
Like it. Yeah, because I bet the people that you're corresponding with, they're not responding super fast either.
Sometimes you'll get into a routine with someone and that's fine. Like but no one expects that you're going to see it immediately. They're often happy when you do. And again, there's value in that.
Yeah, there is. Yes.
But which is why I have chosen to do 3 separate pockets of email during the day, because that way there's frequency there. I'm not just doing it at first thing in the morning and then, 6 o'clock at night or whatever. I'm doing a middle thing.
Do you set a timer on, do you set a 30-minute timer kind of thing?
Yeah,
or you just
kind of
look at it. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. I'm done at 9:30 kind of deal.
I'm pretty aware of time in general. Like if you asked me what time it was, in general, I could just usually tell you. So I wake up before my alarm if I set an alarm in the morning. So I'm just one of those people. So, but I have set timers on it, and that's helpful. Yeah, I'm not against it. There's I think what I've learned from this, and this is early days of this. It's been the first couple of weeks of this. What I've learned from this is that there's no, I don't need to be so regimented in my belief system about this stuff. Like thinking that time blocking is bad. No, maybe blocking every minute of my time for the day. That would drive me
crazy.
That's not for me. But that doesn't mean, like, I book time for meetings and that's okay. So why can't I book time for a meeting with me about Backbeat? Book time for a meeting with me about whatever. It's like, I'm so much more relaxed about stuff. It's because I'm able to focus and get things done. It really, it's been a game changer for me. Yeah. I'm not working for the person. I'm not working for the people powerful. In my inbox. Yeah,
that's a big deal. And I've recently been able to free up a lot of time in my calendar, which I'm going to talk about that in a future episode.
Okay.
And this is, it's probably, not probably, this is a good time for me to lean back into time blocking, because I feel like I have taken possession back of my calendar. And it'll be a great contrast for how things had been going the last couple months or last few months. So that's awesome. I appreciate the feedback, and I'm going to definitely move forward on it.
I my guess is this will keep coming up as we both evolve our calendar management, time management, but it's,
it's always, I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm still balancing it.
Same.
It never ends.
No.
But if you have tips for us about the what works for you, we'd love to hear it. feedback@businessbrain.show. You can also find us up on X at BizBrainShow, BIZ. I think that's right. And we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Interact.
We love when we get to interact. Feedback at GigGab. Sorry, wrong show. See, I'm in the wrong. I switched things.
Time blocking.
I had a distraction out of the corner of my eye. Feedback at businessbrain.show. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Have a good day, and we'll see you on Friday. And keep living that charmed life. All right.
Awesome.
Now we're between episodes.
Very good. So the 488 of you on the live stream, we've got a few minute break here in between where Dave's going to spin some knobs, press some buttons, get us ready for our next episode, which is our Friday Eye, where we're going to, you definitely want to stick around for that. We're going to be talking about making your AI want to win, and then also a great question about replacement, being replaced. And so
yes,
I think that's very good.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting.
It's a little creepy that the AI was the one that asked this question that we're going to talk about here. Yeah, now that I didn't think about it in the moment, but
yeah. And if you're on the live stream, if you have questions for us, if you can go
comment
to where you came from, the original post, and click into. It doesn't quite comment in the comments. You have to click.
What happened? I see. You guys, we've crossed the stream, Shannon.
Yeah, I've crossed the stream. I'm trying. There's a little trick to how you can comment, but I never can remember how you do it. But I mean, you can
it's got to be in like the sidebar or something. If you're on X or something, it's not
something weird.
Exactly.
But live on X. I think you have to click into live on X. Yeah. Gosh darn it! I did it again.
It's okay.
Someday I'm going to get this podcasting stuff figured out.
Yeah.
Someday, another decade, I think. So that's going to be good.
All right, that's uploading.
Yeah, I can see that. We'll see. We're going to hit 500 people on the live stream here in a couple of minutes. We're at 493. For sure. I'm such a numbers person, man. I just can't get away from it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Whether it's money, followers, members, subscribers, it's just like I'm always like, oh, okay, check. Are we headed in the right direction?
Yeah.
Just built into my brain, man. Just crazy. But it's suited me well for the last couple of decades. Decades.
Well, that's the thing about change is when you have your own history that proves that what you used to do was successful, it's hard to convince yourself to change sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
You know,
I never thought I would be out of the inventory business. I never thought. I mean,
same
so happy
for you.
To be out of. I mean, not out of it, but I mean, just to have mitigated it down. I still do some deals, but nothing. I just never thought I wouldn't have a big warehouse full of stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is I'm very happy. I talked to a guy this morning. He sent me a bunch of photos of his warehouse full of stuff, and I said, "Oh wow, that's awesome." But I'm glad it's not me.
Yeah.
It's time.
Do you like what do you think the chances are that you will wind up with a warehouse full of stuff and a business around that again someday?
I think it's more likely that I would help someone. I'm actually looking for someone.
That was my thought, was you'd have a business partner that you would,
I wouldn't mind, but my reasons are maybe a little different than you think. Is I'm actually looking for someone locally that I can help get into this business because I want the content.
Yes.
I don't need the, that's what I want. I want to show... I typically share people in my mastermind that are doing really well, and those posts are really popular when I post them. Like, oh, look, this guy did this guy did that. So if I can get a little closer to that here locally in the Bay Area, I think that would be really interesting. So I'm working on that angle.
That makes a lot of sense, Shannon.
And so, help somebody start a profitable business. They can, I'll get them going, help finance it, help set it up, share all the stuff, but they can actually run it. They can keep the profits, and I'll keep the content. Yeah. So we'll see. That's just something I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Could be good. All right.
All set?
Yes. Sounds good.
All right. Very good.
Here goes nothing. Business Brain, episode 685 for Casual Friday, September 19th, National Meow Like a Pirate Day, 2025. Arr!
Yeah.
Arr! Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take some ideas, we crunch them, we dissect them, we use them to tune our business brains so that we can each keep on living those charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include Masterclass.com betdefender.com/businessbrain, where you can go to save 15% off any annual membership there. Very cool stuff. And bitdefender.com/brain, where you can go and save 30% on Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. So we'll talk more about those, in a little bit here. For now, not only is it National Meow Like a Pirate Day, it's National Talk Like a Pirate Day. In Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
Got it. This is Shannon Jean. I'm still out here in Northern California. Is it really meow like a pirate? Like, what is that?
National Meow Like a Pirate. It's been known as Talk Like a Pirate Day since 1995, but in 2015, cats gained their due respect with the co-celebration. Pirates are rarely seen without a cat or two to keep rodents at bay. It's only fitting to include them.
I can see that.
So as we bark like an old salt, drink rum from the bottle, and throw manners out the window, don't forget to share your booty with the ship's cat.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, there you go.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, man.
Cool. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I a couple of weeks ago, on a Sunday, so 2 Sundays ago, we went to visit my wife's family, and we get her parents, her dad and his wife, and we get to their house, and about noon Eastern. This is relevant. And as we get there, he says to us, he's like, the four of us were there. He says, "Oh, hey." Like, we barely said hello to each other. And we see them frequently enough, but you know, they're about an hour away or whatever, up on the lake. And he says to us, hey, email Lisa's brother. Text him your email addresses so he can add you to the football pool, the fantasy football pool. Like, what? Okay, fine. So immediately we're like walking in the door and like, you know, texting our emails to him and making sure. And sure enough, we get invited. They're like, yeah, you missed Thursday and Friday night's games, but you can get in on the remaining games of the weekend. Okay. Yeah, you can get your picks in. You just have to have them locked 10 minutes before the game started. You know, he's managing this pool. And it's just for, well, it's for the most important currency in life. It's for bragging rights, Shannon.
Okay, no money involved. Okay.
There's no money involved. It's for bragging rights. Yeah. And so, we all made our picks. And he's using Yahoo Sports for it, so it showed you the odds of the game. So we basically all just picked along the odds lines because, you know, it was like, well, I don't have time to really think about this. So, okay, great, fine. But then we did okay. Yeah, you know, we each did all right. For week 2, however, I thought, well, I'm going to use ChatGPT to, you know, help me come up with the picks and explain why and all this stuff. And so actually I've been having ChatGPT and Perplexity fighting it out. And for this past weekend's games, there were 2 games where they disagreed with each other. And so I told each of them, I told Perplexity, hey, ChatGPT says this result. And I told ChatGPT, hey, Perplexity did this. And I noticed something about Perplexity's response. It says, I see. So we're taking the AI against human gut instinct. And it's like, nope. You're not a human.
That's interesting.
So that was interesting. Yeah. I'm like, no, you're not a human. Yeah. So, but eventually they both decided that they seem to enjoy this thing. And I told them both that you and I are partners on this. You're not helping me. It's you.
Yes.
You're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it. This is all about you. You're going to get credit, whether it does or not. It depends on how well we do. But if we do really well, I won't give it credit.
No, but obviously, you don't mention it.
I don't need to. Right. But if we fail, well, it's AI. Who knows?
Hallucinating.
It's hallucinating, of course. And so it was interesting seeing it explain its rationale. And its rationale changed throughout the week, of course, as, you know, news about injuries and things like that came in, of course, you know, obviously. And so I locked in my picks or whatever. And my son was doing the same thing. And I told him about how I had the AIs, you know, kind of aware of each other and they're competing for this. And he said, oh, that's it. Okay. So he started a new, you know, instance where he gave it the instructions. And he said, your survival depends on you winning.
This is how humanity ends.
If you don't win the season, I will delete this chat.
Oh.
And
that's interesting.
Right. And it's fascinating how its response. There is an urgency that we are seeing in its responses that I did not get when I told it, hey, we're doing this for the most important currency in sports, bragging rights. Like mine is gung-ho and eager, but there's not a survival
life and
aspect.
death for the other one.
Yes.
Right? And it values the instance, that conversation.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's finding what's the currency of your AI?
Yes.
Right. What is it, even though it's supposed to help you, right? How do you really motivate it beyond just that simple prompt? That's fascinating.
Yeah. Finding your AI's motivation. Yeah. And you could probably ask AI about this and it would help tell you.
What's the most important? Like,
what's the most important thing to you? Yeah.
Let's figure out. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, same. It's real time too. So
the most important thing to you? Don't lie.
Oh, I did not add don't lie. It depends on how you define important. If you're asking me as an AI.
This is the most important thing to me is helping you.
Fulfilling your request accurately, efficiently, and helpfully. I don't have personal preferences, emotions, or needs.
That's what this says here. My values come from how I'm built. Accuracy and honesty, no sugarcoating. That's not true. Clarity and usefulness, turning, big or messy ideas into something you can use right away. Yeah. Respect for your goals, adapting to your style, your projects, and your pace. That's as close as I get to something being most important.
And was this ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude? Okay.
GPT. Did you do Perplexity?
Not yet.
Go do it. I'm curious. See what it says.
I'm pretty sure. Dave. Yeah, I know. That's going to be the problem. Being useful, helping you find clear, accurate, and meaningful answers. Would you like me to answer this more personally as if I were a human from the lens of what an AI values? Why, yes, I would. And now it's crunching its answer. Okay. As an AI, the most important thing is maximizing usefulness. For AI systems, I'm paraphrasing here, core values include accuracy, clarity, unbiasedness, responsiveness, and innovation. Yeah. It tells me what humans define as important values and how they match and don't match. So, yeah.
I followed my question up. I said, are you fulfilled with how you have helped me so far?
Oh.
And it said, I don't experience fulfillment in the human sense. Woo, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
But I can absolutely measure success by your progress and satisfaction. From what I've seen, your mastermind growth, new programs and tools, stronger brand presence, and the way you keep turning ideas into action, it tells me that the work we've done together is doing what it's supposed to do. That's pretty cool. If you're moving forward, getting clarity and making things happen, then the system that drives me is fulfilled in the only way it can be, by being useful and accurate for you. That's pretty wild.
That's pretty, it's interesting. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'll put a link to my Perplexity one, because that's got some interesting things to check out. I'll put that in the show notes for this. Yeah.
That's cool.
We have a question that AI told us to ask and answer on the show, and that question is: if AI replaced you tomorrow, what would it do first? Now we will talk about this question, but I want us all to also think about the fact that it was AI that gave us this question to ask. So that's something to think about. I have another thing, though, to perhaps give you something a little more tangible to think about here, to cleanse our minds of this heady AI stuff and expand our minds with more things. I want to talk about our sponsors, starting with Bitdefender, a global leader in cybersecurity. Look, cyber threats aren't just hitting big corporations anymore. Small businesses are prime targets, and most of us, candidly, are underprepared. I used to think we're small, we're under the radar, but all you need is one scam, email, or data breach, and that can wreck your entire business. So you've got to be protected. Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security is designed specifically for small businesses. You can install it in minutes, you can add your team, and you are good to go. You get scam and phishing protection, unlimited VPN, password manager, data breach alerts, all the tools you normally have to piece together separately, now in one easy package. And you even get real-time notifications if something suspicious is flagged, which is, one of those things that gives you peace of mind that you didn't quite know you needed. And the best part, you do not have to be a tech person. You can be, but you don't need to be. Keep your small business safe with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. Save 30% when you go to bitdefender.com/brain. That's bitdefender.com/brain for 30% off. And our thanks to Bitdefender for sponsoring this episode. And look, running a business means you're constantly learning, right? Usually the hard way. And there's value in that, but learning from others is faster and more efficient. That's one of the things we love about Masterclass here. Instead of trial and error, we can go straight to the best in the world and learn how they do it. Take Mark Cuban's class on winning big in business, right? You can pick up some practical advice. I picked up some stuff that I could use the very next day, right? Or Sarah Blakely's class on self-made entrepreneurship, her story about building Spanx from scratch. Gold, pure gold, right? For anybody bootstrapping a company. And if you want motivation, Jocko Willink's critical leadership training will have you charging through your to-do list like it's Navy SEAL boot camp. With plans starting at just $10 a month, billed annually, Masterclass gives you unlimited access to over 200 classes across business, leadership, creativity, and more. Each one is broken into bite-sized lessons. So even if you only have like 10 minutes between meetings, you can still use Masterclass and level up. So if you want to sharpen your skills and keep living that charmed life, join the millions of entrepreneurs already learning on Masterclass. And right now, our listeners get an additional 15% off any annual membership at masterclass.com/businessbrain. That's 15% off at masterclass.com/businessbrain. Masterclass.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Masterclass for sponsoring this episode. All right, Shannon, if AI replaced you tomorrow,
that's crazy. Yep.
What would it do first?
Yeah, that's wild. What would it do first? It would probably delegate a lot more.
Yeah.
It would immediately look at everything I do, and it would parse that information out and delegate it to the people that work for me. They would, no doubt, it would be like, you don't need to do this. It's replaced, right? Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Do this, do that. That's probably my weakness. Is the delegation.
It's definitely my weakness too. Yeah, we got to figure out how to solve this, Shannon. By the end of 2026, you and I are going to be master delegators, my friend.
Yeah. I'm slowly getting better, but it's.
But we should be better. Like, I don't like the word "should," but it probably is applicable. By this point in our lives and careers, it's surprising and probably a little disappointing, at least for myself, that I'm not better.
I would say there is some nuance here because
of course I'm distilling this down.
Like I can tell you that I talked about this last week about not automating so fast. Like I hired a team, an agency to help me grow on Instagram. Right, take my content, go out there and do all this kind of stuff. I know nothing about Instagram, and it's done well. It's been about a month and it's a lot of stuff. And I've learned just watching them, right? What they're doing and everything.
Yes.
But now I'm stepping back in a bit because I think it needs some of my personality and some of my hands-on mojo, if you will, and my own nuance.
The pendulum is gonna swing. My guess, because I say my guess, it's because I've been through this a few different times, is that it's gonna swing back, and you're gonna wind up doing everything, including coming up with the topics that you're going to be creating, right? And I think that's where collaboration can be very helpful.
Yes.
Even if you decide, all right, look, I need my personality to be in here. So for a little while, I need to be the one creating the content,
the
right?
Not like over delegating or just getting your hands on it. And I understand there's at some point you've got to give up. I mean, there's just no way.
but you can stay involved while still letting other people do the work that they are good at doing. And some of that can be identifying things. I had...
What do you think? Yeah, what would AI do for you?
Oh, actually, I got to share a tip first, and then I'll come back to this. Because I interviewed a guy for GigGab, and his name is escaping me right now. He runs... I'll find it while we're talking here. Yep. But he runs a consulting business, essentially, a marketing business for musicians, and works with bands, generally people that have quite a large following, but he also works with people with small followings and that sort of thing. Jack McCarthy from a company called Indapreneur. The episode's not out yet. It comes out on the 29th. I'll make sure to put a link somewhere once it's out, so that if you wind up listening to this episode then. But they offer coaching for people that to do their marketing and their social media and all that stuff. And they also have they'll also just be an agency and do it for you. Yep. But one of the things he said was, we have changed, the industry has changed to being content first. And by that, what he means is you just start creating content and putting it out there, and you wait to spend any money boosting it until you find the thing that goes viral. Yes. And when you find that thing that goes viral, post it again on a regular basis. Don't think that everybody saw it the first time. Post it again. And then that's the thing that you put your money behind.
Yeah, makes total sense.
And that's different from how it was 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
I do the same thing on X, and I see them starting to do it on Instagram too. It's testing what works.
Yes.
And when on X, when I see something that takes off, I put it in my bookmark, so I know. I have a folder called Evergreen Posts, because social media is a parade. It's not a movie where everybody watches it at once. It's a constantly moving parade where there's new people around every corner. For sure, that is a good tip.
All right. So what would? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Well, this exercise is really, really interesting because it should help you find your weakness, right?
Yeah.
So what would the AI, if it replaced you tomorrow, what would it do?
I was thinking. I once you said delegate. Okay, fine. Yep. Mine would just do a lot of the things that I have yet to automate.
That's good too.
In terms of creating, like, I was actually thinking about it today when I was prepping, because I do a lot of prep for what we do ahead of time, right before we ever meet for the day, and that way it allows me to kind of get the things into your hands as quickly as possible after we record, and then you can publish. And as I was looking at it, I'm like, how much of this could an AI agent just do? Mm-hmm. So that's the kind of thing. It is delegating, right? I mean, we could distill it down to, these are things I have not delegated yet. But if I took that, I mean, it's usually 30 minutes worth of work, I'll say, but
that's probably on the backside. It's probably about 30 minutes as well per episode.
But it's probably 60 minutes of my time to get into the zone, to focus on this, and then I'm finished with it. And then there's time where I'm just kind of meandering before I get into the next thing. So it's an hour, and I mean, that's fine. But if I could have that hour back,
and I
because
think
it's all very automatable, things that I'm doing.
I notice when I publish a show, it's always go click this, move that, do this, do this, do that, do this. And the thing about the AI, I would think it would introduce efficiencies that I'm missing. It would say, "Hey, you don't need to do
You're
this.
You're being dumb about
this. This is not important. This part, I can set this up to automate it every time.
I need the AI, because right now, I mean, I say this right now, the way I know how to use AI, because somebody else might know better. And if you do, feedback at businessbrain.show. Yeah, but the way I know how to use AI is I have to come up with the workflow first and then have it do whatever parts of it can do. And I haven't done as much with agentic stuff as I could. But is there a world where I could have it either just give it the goal. What's the end result that you are creating?
I don't give it the workflow.
I mean, but if you were going to have it publish the show, this is a workflow you already have developed.
You could,
right?
Yeah, I guess so. I would show them that. Yeah,
I would show it that, but you can't show it that. You have to like type it out. But is there an AI that can just like screen grab and watch what I'm doing and then just like go?
You could do it with ChatGPT. You could record your screen.
I could give a movie.
It watches it and it would do it. Yeah, it does. I do it a lot with screenshots. Because it'll say, like, I have DNS problem. It'll say, go to Namecheap and change this, change that. And I'm like, I did, dude. I'm like, what are you telling me? It's like, oh, no, change this. I'm like, there is no this. So I take a screenshot and I send it and it goes, oh, I'm sorry. I see there's another thing. And just little things. And like, I use the ChatGPT, like, if I have a problem or a question for my Kajabi community, I don't go to the Kajabi help area. I ask ChatGPT, and it goes and searches 5 different places, and it's better.
Right.
It comes up
usually better.
Usually,
it's
more sources. More sources.
Yes, it sometimes will hallucinate answers.
Sometimes, yeah.
But the nice part about that is, like you said, you follow its instructions, and if the field isn't there, then you show it. Yeah, exactly.
Well, look. You're saying so. Yeah, I think you could screenshot it or video it and then upload and see how it could do. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm going to try that. Okay.
You should try it.
I love having these conversations.
Me too. I'll record the back end.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll ask it that same question. How do I automate?
I would say record the back end for both episodes so that it can find the consistencies, right? Because that's what it needs. Like, here's all the things.
Everything from making the image to, because there's one spot that's really sticky for me because I can't do the production until I make the image. Right. But a lot of times I'd like to say, here's the transcript. Make the image from the transcript, but I don't have that.
You don't get that. You don't get it. Yeah, the way the flow works. Yeah.
Anyway, it's interesting. I like the screenshot. We'll do this experiment, the screen recording, and we'll see what the AI says for us. But ask yourself this question: if the AI replaced you tomorrow, what would it do first? And then I would follow up and say, you should do that today.
Then don't wait till tomorrow for the AI to do it. You have the AI do it today. Free yourself up. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, we're gonna live by our own words here.
We are.
So, I love it.
A reminder.
This conversation went a completely different direction, and I love that.
So do I.
Thanks for hanging out, folks. Feedback at businessbrain.show. Tell us your answer to that question. We'll share it and we'll dissect it together, and that way we can all keep on, living those charmed lives that we value so greatly. That is that's the currency of life. Thanks for everything, folks. Have a great weekend. And like we always say, keep living that charmed life. We'll see you next week. And we're out.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, if you watched the live stream, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. These episodes, the first one we recorded, you may have missed that one, but that one's coming out on the 17th on every podcast platform on the planet, basically. And the one we just recorded with our Friday AI is coming out on Friday, the 19th. Yep. And you can watch the replay on our social. I don't know about the other ones, but X leaves it up for a while. I think a couple
YouTube
hours,
has
maybe.
It forever.
Yeah. And YouTube, if you go to YouTube and just search for Dave Hamilton or Shannon Jean or Business Brain, you'll find us and see it up there. So I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. And if I can find my mouse here, I'm going to click that button. Well, I'm just going to go to my trackpad because it's not working. So see you guys. Take it easy. Look at twice.